There are waterfalls that are close by. And then there's this lovely place in Comfort Castle where I think it has the best manicured lawn. It's harder than mushroom in terms of you have to use some force to chew it and bite down on it. So I know sometimes Kareem's Quest carry to the upscale places, but this is an authentic Jamaican experience. There are young men who are doing fishing in the Rio Grande. There are people here that can sell patty. They make their own patty and they sell their own patty. So you support the locals wherever you can. This is Kareem's Quest second time in this community of Ginger House. It's in Portland. And I found this beautiful village type setting that's called Katawood. Now, on the premises is basically somewhere that you camp. All right, there's a river that runs adjacent to it. Them have a nice little cooking area and basically like a community kitchen where you just sit down and you can relax, and they have different places where you can set up your hammocks and things like that. So if you're an outdoor person, then this is definitely the place for you. So let's get going straight into it so I can show you where are some of the key places or key spots on this compound.
Kareem's Quest. Travel different from the rest. You're watching Kareem's Quest. It's always an adventure when you're watching Kareem's Quest.
On my way to the community of Ginger House in Portland, I was feeling for some jackfruit, so I stopped and supported the local vendor as I usually do. I drove for another hour to get to Katawood village, and once I arrived, I was captivated by the greenery, especially along the driveway. Everybody wants to stay in a tent on the outside. Some people prefer to stay inside in a cabin. Now remember, this is a beautiful community, all right? There's so many lovely places to see. There is a lovely bridge that connects the community. And I mean, it's like a landmark, and it is used by commuters all around in terms of just getting around the place and navigating, you know, the different spaces. There are waterfalls that are close by. Some of them can be like as easy as probably like a 10-minute trek, especially if you know the path and you use the local. There are people here that can sell patty. They make their own patty and they sell their own patty. So you support the locals wherever you can. There are young men who are doing fishing in the Rio Grande. And then there's this lovely place in Comfort Castle where I think it has the best manicured lawn. If you go there, so I challenge you, if you know of a better manicured lawn than where that place is, let Kareem's Quest know. So I'm going to be covering all of those places while doing my review of Katawood so that you can get a second-hand experience of what community tourism is like. This is true community tourism. You have some parochial road in a place called Millbank, and I mean the people there are very nice. They do a lot of farming there as well. So let's get going, all right? Now, keep in mind, not everybody wants to stay on the outside, all right? So there is a studio cabin. But before I show you a studio cabin, let me show you a little play area for the kids. And remember, this is more of a rustic place. So this is a small play area for the kids. There is this trampoline on this side, and there is also a swing here. So there are just different activities that you can do, that you can, you know, I mean, if you're like a child, it can go and hold you. But the truth of the matter is, the biggest selling point when you're here at somewhere like this is to go out and explore, all right? So let us go into the cabin. Let us have a look. And the cabin is very basic. Let me just tell you that from now. So it's a studio in the truest sense. So you can have like we have two blow-up beds here. So you can have your two beds. You know, they decorate the walls, they put the musical instruments on the walls, they put, you know, various photos there. So, you know, I mean, it kind of give you that creative vibe. Curtains are used to kind of block out some of the sunlight. And then one good thing, I must give them credit, there are a lot of mesh here, which is very important, all right? Because when you come to these places, especially as a foreigner, there are a lot of mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes seem to target foreigners, all right? So locals don't get bothered by it. But foreigners do, all right? So it's a lovely little space to stay. You rest your head here, and then you go out and you start to venture, and you start to talk to community people, and you start to get to understand the history, especially the Maroon history, because in this vicinity, the Maroon heritage is extremely strong. After settling in, I quickly went to explore the community as I was told about this beautiful waterfall that was close by. This journey can be a rough one because I'm basically in search of the waterfall. No, it's not that easy, alright? I'm walking through a lot of rocks. Good. But beside me is a lovely river. See that river? So when you're staying at Katawood, I mean, the entire experience is a lovely experience because you get to explore the other communities, and so I get to explore communities like people that for the tour to the foolishness, and the newest dance and everything like that. But I get to explore other communities like Comfort Castle, which is a beautiful place, and I must say all of these communities are really nice. Like when you stop and you talk to the people, you know, you want to support every bar as much as you can, so you find little things to stop and buy. Bottle of water, bag of peanut, whatever it is that you can stop and support and buy, you support and buy. Now, I saw a pig tie up close to the river. So, see that, what I say? The walk takes some skill to do this on videoing. I have finally reached for another location now. I took a lot of bad turns to get here, and I mean, I was videoing it all the way, just trying to find the location, and you know what I mean, I saw a little hog along the way, see a banana field, see a lot of lush vegetation, but this is called Three Rock River, or Three Sister Rock, right? And I guess because there are three rocks there. Now, if I'm incorrect, people who are from this vicinity, please correct me in the comment section, all right? But this is one of the main attractions, which is a waterfall area. Now, I'm told that in this water, sometimes you can see fishes, and you can just see different sea creatures just enjoying themselves, and you can catch something as well. So it's a nice place. When you're at Katawood, I encourage people to explore the community, because this is what we call community tourism. So even Ingrid, who cooks for us, I mean, she's giving us a different dish every single day. After all that climbing, I was hungry. So I went back to Katawood to try this food called carcoon for the first time. Now Kareem's Quest is going to try the carcoon for the first time, all right? So it's like mushroom, but it's with rundown. It's harder than mushroom. In terms of you have to use some force to chew it and bite down on it. But I presume it's a good meat substitute, right? So I'll go on yes or no. Ton corn meal tastes good as usual. Cook up really nice. And pak choy and carrot is like always my favorite. This medley right here, so really lovely. All right, so when you come to Katawood, make sure that you try some of the food. I mean, it's cooked down in rich like coconut oil, and it's cooked down with blended coconut, freshly blended coconut as well. So, you know, you're really kind of getting that also that farm to table type feel when you're eating here. So, nice, good breakfast. I wanted to get some more information about carcoon, so I asked the owner of the property to give me some more insight.
We call it carcoon, right? Cacoon. The scientific name is Entada gigas. It's the largest bean in the world. In different countries, them have different names for it. One of which is lucky seed. So, with respect to the maroons, it has several importance. The leaves of the carcoon, because it's a vine, right? It's what the Maroons used to use to camouflage themselves when our ancestors were fighting against the British, primarily. So they would wrap themselves in the cocoon leaf and them could stand up beside a tree or then at the bush and camouflage, and that would allow them to attack the British. So that's one use for it. And now the seed now has many uses, right? So the seed um is used as a food as you had it, like you crack a nut and they have to, it's an elaborate long process of preparing the seed because it has to be soaked in water over several days to take out, like cassava, it have certain poison in it where you have to take out, right? Yeah, you have to soak it. Or like ackee, you have to pick out the red something out of ackee. So this has to, them have to soak it for make it edible, and then they cook it as you had it.
Once my stomach was settled, it was back to exploring Katawood village. And by the way, if you are loving this adventure, check out the one I did on a similar property, Ambassador Eco Lodge. Now I'm at the communal spot. Now this is where you can eat your breakfast, sit down with family and friends and new friends that you would have met being here. It has a seating for easily over 20 people. Alright, have stools as well that you can just have your drink and look at the river, and you're constantly hearing the river in the background. Now, this is a maroon community by and large, alright? So you have basically a wall that's dedicated to a lot of the maroons, so you will see a lot of the figureheads. Rest in peace to Colonel Maroon, who was the chief of the Charlestown Maroon, was a really beautiful lady. Big up to all my people in Charlestown for that. And you'll find different other activities and community people that, some people catch them fish, some people doing their farming, different things like this. I see this wall expanding more and more each time, and I see the owner probably utilizing more space in terms of just to celebrate that maroon culture. Now you also have all your little kiddies games, your basketball and things like that. So all of those stuff are there. Let me just go and walk you through now. Keep in mind, this is a really natural and authentic place, all right? So I know sometimes Kareem's Quest carry to the upscale places, but this is an authentic Jamaican experience place, all right? So when you see the layout, and it's not owned by no big conglomerate, it's owned by somebody who born and grow in Jamaica and lives abroad but still want to come and frequently visit his parish and spend time in his parish, all right? So keep that in mind. So this is the bar area, and on some of the shelves you have roots. If you know about roots, you can write something down. So people who know about these things, they can explain it to the viewers who are watching who don't necessarily know. So come and show you more places, all right? And work is constantly being done here. So again, you keep that in mind, When people are save up their money, they might do them thing. They will just get a quick look into the kitchen, because Ingrid a cook. Ingrid, what you cook this morning?
I'm cooking steamed hot choy.
Yeah?
Coconut rundown with cocoon. Turn cornmeal.
While walking around the property, I was told that the best Jamaica in the island lived in Millbank, which was about 2 to 3 communities away. I'm in the lovely community of Millbank. A lot of farmers are here and some very talented people, and I found one of the talented people is called Mr. Campbell. Now, Mr. Campbell make the best drums in all of, would you say all of Jamaica, Mr. Campbell?
Well, I wouldn't, but then I know that me on the #1 list,
You're on the #1 list. So, I'm on #1 list. So, talk to me, what is this drum right up here? So, what is this one called?
That one is a maroon drum.
Maroon drum?
Yes, a bongo drum.
Bongo. What's the difference between
a
the
Congo drum? Say a Congo drum.
A Congo drum, okay. Because I was going to ask you, bongo is smaller, right?
Well, then yes, and taller.
And taller? Okay, then so it make a more hollow sound.
Yes, indeed.
All right, then cool. And what type of?
And the maroon use that one for the kumina thing,
Okay, so this is for the kumina.
Yeah.
All right, so the kumina is a very rich tradition with the maroons. And what is this called?
That's a djembe drum.
A djembe drum?
Djembe.
Now, what's the purpose of a djembe drum, and what different sounds does it make, and what is it used primarily for?
Okay, well, the djembe can give you every sound that the other drums make.
Really?
Yeah. a dream there.
Oh, wow. So it can give you like up to how much sounds?
Well, then approximately 10 different sound if you can monitor it really.
Okay. All right, then cool. So we have this drum. And what about that drum that I'm looking at right here? So this one.
This one?
Yeah.
It's a kete drum.
It's a kete.
Kete drum.
All right. So I'm going to ask the camera person to just look into these drums so you can just see what it is like right now. How long before this is finished?
Approximately 3 weeks.
Now, what is the rest of the process like for something like this? What else you going to do with it?
Okay. Get it more fine, like
so you're going to shave it down.
sand it down and bring the top on.
The top will be what? Goat skin?
Yes, indeed.
It has to be only goat skin?
Yeah, it has to be goat skin.
Can't be cow skin?
No.
Okay.
And then we weld the iron ring. It made with three iron ring. One under the bottom, two on the top. So the skin fall in the steel rim. And the rope that you put to the knitting to dry it.
Yes.
But then the nylon cord is best.
Okay. The nylon cord is best?
Yes, because the other cord, them, you know, flexible when you draw them, they still lose tension.
Oh, so that sometimes people would have to come back to you then for maintenance?
Yes. You know, put in some more tension.
All right. So no, you're not just talented with that though, but you make these nice beads and, you make these nice ornaments as well, jewelry, right?
Yes, yes.
So something like this.
That one in your hand, there's a bundle to wear with that one is the same.
Okay.
This one is a, you know.
Oh, it's a set?
Right.
Okay, then good. So you make these sets as well?
Yes, man.
All right, so he does his jewelry. And I mean, I'm spending some time at Katawood in Portland and in Ginger House, Portland to be exact. But you can't just be at places like those and not explore the community and really get a first-hand feel of community tourism. Show me where you show me. Go on. This is how I know.
That's a lake for picking up soup.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, tremendous. You take up that. Yes, man. So you see when you make the big soup pot them, you got the nine
fire.
them. Yeah,
big
don't
wooden
it?
Fire.
Big wooden fire.
And the heat is strong.
Yes.
So you can stay a good distance with a tall handle and take soup all the way up. You know.
All right. So you take soup. Are you served with this too?
Yes, man. Throw out in you would have another container if you like. Or you throw it into like, take for instance.
This and just throw it so.
All right.
All right. Manish water soup. What type of soup you think?
Yes, man. Manish water, man. Them same word, man. Them boy call it gelding soup.
Gelding. So, yeah, if you know about gelding horse, then you'll understand why they use the term, right? All right. Anything else you want to show, Mr. Campbell?
Well, this one is a mortar, you know.
Yes.
Domestic mortar for the kitchen.
Can beat out your coffee, beat out your chocolate.
And seasoning mortar, we call these.
And they said this kind of bring out a different flavoring when you do it that way as opposed to blend it?
No, it will bring a different flavor, but then more handy for the kitchen.
Okay. No, well, some people prefer to beat out their spices though.
Yeah, man, you put your spice in there.
Yeah, but I'm saying some people prefer that than blending it.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people take the pimento, then prefer beat it.
Exactly.
As opposed to put things in the blender.
Because well, that's it, you know. That's it. Yeah. Because the pimento, you have to get it into one of these small mortar, even big mortar, and pound it out.
Well, you know, nowadays people put everything in a blender. That's what I said, the old time people them prefer for certain things.
But this is the right stuff.
This is the right stuff. And you have the big,
and that one now for commercial the chocolate.
One. Okay then.
Big one, crush the chocolate.
Crystal and mortar, yeah.
Yes, and the big bricklayer as well. They call that.
All right then, cool.
So if a person buy a mortar and them no hard, I say, I need bricklayer with it, them would get it with this and the mortar. But if they only have just a mortar, they only get that.
All right, Mr. Campbell, thank you so much, all right?
Yes,
One
sir.
love and blessings.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Campbell also have him shop too, so you can buy your stuff them, so come support him shop as well whenever you're here. Even if you don't want any musical instrument, you can get your little toiletries, your can stuff them, your soda, things like that.
On my way back to Ginger House, I saw this monumental bridge, which is one of the main ways to access the community of
Cornwall Barracks. I was told about a famous bridge that connects two communities, and I'm going to be walking on this bridge right now to give you a feel of, well, give a description then of what it is like, right? Very sturdy, supported by cables. If you look to your right or to your left, you'll get to see that Rio Grande River. Really nice river. And you're hearing it flow in a strong manner. So, you know what I mean? You really get to enjoy it. And right up there is a fall. Like if you look at that fall, look at that fall. So needless to say, when you're at this location, you're going to feel a lot of just different things taking place in nature. So let's continue walking on. I mean, this is also a nice spot to just come and relax. So there's some things that, you know, we might take for granted as Jamaicans, but people who come to these places, they love it. All right, so let me go and show you. Now, when you're in the middle of the bridge, it can feel a little bit scary because this is the part that vibrates the most, all right? So when you're in the middle, you know, it can feel scary. And I mean, you're looking over and I presume this is about like upwards of 20 feet from the ground, all right? But you get a beautiful view of the river. And I mean, as I explore the community, you know, I try to go to all of these different places to get a understanding, you know, of the people, also of our ancestry. These are routes that even along the hillside, like those are places that the Maroons would have trotted on a frequent basis, all right? So Kareems Quest going to continue the exploration. I see somebody coming and they're trying to get to their community. So we're going to continue moving forward. Stay tuned to Kareem's Quest as I continue to explore the beautiful communities of Jamaica.